YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back right after day one with some rapid fire day one grades. Last night after the draft, I went over, in depth the recap and winners and losers of these picks. Also have a day two mock draft, a lot of good players left, and we're going to be covering the draft right here on YouTube with videos and on our Twitter the rest of the way, so hopefully you can check that out. Pick one, as expected, it was Murray all along. Kingsbury gets the quarterback that fits his team best. They're going to throw some teams off with that style of play. Get a B+. At pick two, the Niners take the best player on their board. They don't allow the Raiders to come up and steal them, and they get Nick Bosa. They get an A. He's going to play opposite of D Ford. Pretty good duo there. At pick three, the Jets get my number one player in the draft. They stay true to their board. Good for them. They get an A+. Pick four, the Raiders reach a little bit, but Clelin Ferrell is a solid fit. I just wish they could have traded back a little bit. C+ for the Raiders. At pick five, Devin White, my number four player in the draft. The Buccaneers get a great replacement for Kwon Alexander. We kind of expected this pick, though. They get an A. At pick six, Gettleman gets his quarterback, but it's way too early for me. I'm not going to rule out his potential, but I'm going to give it a D+. At pick seven, the Jaguars get insane value with my number two player in the draft and Josh Allen, A+. Pick eight, the Lions finally get that tight end they've been looking for. The best tight end in this class by far, but the last time a tight end was picked up here was the Lions picking Ebron. I still gave him an A-. At pick nine, the Bills get the best player on the board, my number five in the draft, and they get him at 9. That's an A+. Pick 10, the Steelers finally get that linebacker they've been looking for a long time in Devin Bush. They have to trade up, but they had plenty of ammo to do so. They get an A. The Bengals also get an A by picking the best offensive lineman on the board that fits their team. Too good to pass in Jonah Williams. A for the Bengals. At pick 12, the Packers get Rashawn Gary, who has a ton of upside, but I do worry about the scheme fit with him playing outside linebacker. B. 13, Dolphins take Christian Wilkins. Good value. He goes up there, beats up Goodell. All around, that's an A performance. At pick 14, the Falcons, all their defensive linemen come off the board that they were looking at, so they reach a little bit for a guy like Chris Lindstrom. I give him a C. Pick 15, the Redskins stay put. They don't trade up. They still get the quarterback they liked, and the league done messed up. A+ for the Redskins. The Panthers get that pass rusher they've been lacking for a very long time. They get an A. At pick 17, the Giants really stepped up for this pick, unlike the other one. An elite run stopper before even putting on the pads at the next level. A+ for the Dexter Lawrence pick. The Vikings, Zimmer and Spielman resist the cornerback, and they take the desperately needed offensive lineman they had to have in Garrett Bradbury. They get an A. At pick 19, the Titans get a guy in Jeffrey Simmons that's currently hurt, but was a top 5 player in this draft when healthy. They get an A-. At pick 20, the Broncos trade back, gain some picks, and still get that athletic tight end they needed in Noah Fant. They get an A-. Pick 21, the Packers trade up and take Darnell Savage. A little bit of a reach at the same time of trading up and giving up picks. They get a C-. At pick 22, the Eagles trade up a little bit, but they get a perfect fit and a need in Andre Dillard. They get an A. Pick 23, the Texans reach a little bit for Titus Howard, but he has a ton of potential, and it was a big need. I give him a B-. At pick 24, the Raiders take Josh Jacobs, a Rookie of the Year candidate. Hard to see running backs going in the first round of this draft, but they still get a very good player and get a B+. At pick 25, the Ravens trade back and still get Hollywood Brown, A+. Pick 26, the Redskins get my number 7 player in the draft, another A+ for the Redskins while getting Montez Sweat. At pick 27, the Raiders get an all-around football player, and they get a B there, but can he be another Carl Joseph? Pick 28, the Chargers finally get that pass rush type of an interior D lineman in Jerry Tillery, A- for them. At pick 29, the Seahawks get a guy that's been growing on me in LJ Collier. He fits that defense, and they gain picks in this process. At pick 30, the Giants trade up, get a solid corner in DeAndre Baker, but was the trade up necessary? That's a B. Pick 31, the Falcons take yet another offensive lineman, and they trade up to do so when I don't know if it was necessary. They get a C. And then the Patriots get my number 1 wide receiver in the draft, at pick 32, A+ for the Patriots and N'Keal Harry. So that's going to do it for this. More in-depth on that previous video from last night, in-depth recap with winners and losers. So check that out. Check out the Day 2 mock and plenty more of this to come going forward throughout the draft. 20K is our subscriber goal. We're getting there. Sport's been unreal. Our live stream last night was great. Thanks to you guys. That like button would be much appreciated. And there's our Twitter. We're going to be live tweeting the rest of the draft. We got a lot of videos to work on during the rest of this, so we got you covered here. Again, please follow that Twitter. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Enjoy the rest of the draft. Goodbye.